Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the IELTS Speaking Mastery. This is me, 𝐀𝐝𝐦𝐬𝐢𝐧𝑠, joining you from Nita's Academy. Yes, we've come with yet another IELTS Speaking Live, and in IELTS Speaking Mastery, we will be discussing Part 1. Okay, as you know, in IELTS Speaking, we have three parts, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Part 1 is basically a few questions and on general topics in everyday life. So you have to answer those questions in 1 to 2 sentences, or maybe 2 to 3 sentences. And okay, so we will I've come up with few questions, and I'd love to know how you all doing. This is a beautiful and a pleasant Monday morning, and I hope you're all in a mood to learn. So are you all here? So let me know about how your practice is going and how you're practicing your speaking. Have you found any new method in which you are practicing it? Have you found new ways to practice your IELTS speaking? So let me know that in the comments. And IELTS speaking is actually very easy. I mean, when compared to your writing and reading, I would say, or even listening for that matter, I would say it's very easy because it's just 11 to 14 minutes of a test. You don't have to do this test for too long. In 11-14 minutes it would be completely over. So what's happening, the practice time needed for this is also very less, but it shouldn't be like, okay, I just need very less time for to practice my speaking, so I'm just doing one practice and relax. I'll just do one practice and relax. But that's not how you should be doing. You should be taking more materials and practicing more materials, and you should be investing time in this. All right, it's not that you pick up a question and you speak and you move on to the next question. No, you pick up a question, you speak, you record yourself, you listen to that, and you see why you're making mistakes. So if you already have a trainer, and you should ask the trainer what your major problems are, and then the trainer will tell you you're lacking this thing, that thing, and you have a problem with your subject-verb agreement, you have a problem with your pronunciation, you have a problem with your task response. So your trainer will help you with that, and once you know it, when you're back home, this is how you have to do. And I will be showing you questions. So how can you make use of IELTS Speaking Mastery? So IELTS Speaking Mastery, in IELTS Speaking Mastery, we're discussing questions, Part 1 question. So I'll be showing different ways in which you can answer this question: an advanced version, a simple version, an easy version, and things like that, so that you have your version as well. So you have multiple versions of answers with you, and what you will do is you will make some changes to the one that you're saying. So for example, you might see some good words in advanced version. Okay, words that convey the idea that you're trying to speak in a better way, and use those words, pick those words or steal those words and put it in your answer and make it look better. So it's not that you have to copy what I'm showing you on the screen, but you just have to make some modifications to your answers with the help of this answer. Or if you're someone who has no idea about how to answer questions, I'm sure this is going to give you a complete idea about it, like what all informations to put in, how to start it. A lot of students have this problem with starting an answer because they find it really hard to start an answer. So sometimes because they don't get an idea, they don't get any idea to start. Once they start, they're just going, but they find it really hard to get the start. So how to get a good start, how to start any answer, or for each type of question you can set a way in which you would be answering those questions. So that way you can actually answer questions easily. So I will be showing up questions on different topics like staying up and things like that. So I'll be showing each question there, and I will give you 2-3 seconds to actually think about an answer on your own. And then you can refer to the answer here and see what all changes you can make in your answer and speak it out. It's not that, okay, I saw that word, I saw that usage, I saw that, so I can use it. No, it's not like that. You have to okay, you have to feel like, I'm gonna make these changes, I'm gonna use that word, use this and that, and I'm gonna say that. At first when you say it, not sound natural. The second time you say it, it might sound natural. The third time you say, you would be very fluent with that. So speaking, and keep speaking. If you ask me what is the biggest tip for IELTS speaking, I would say keep speaking, improve your speaking, keep speaking. Speaking is the only way you can improve your speaking, but for that you need to give the right inputs, and you can do micro listening and things like that, where you're listening to those things and you're trying to reproduce it, and you're speaking constantly. Speaking and speaking and speaking would improve your fluency. So like I say, good words, vocabulary, good grammar, and then if you have good words, source of words, good grammar, you will be able to speak fluently. Fluency has got 3 pillars actually: vocabulary, grammar, and confidence. Third thing is also very important. You should be confident when you speak. Okay, all right, without wasting much time, let's move on to the material. First, we have a few questions on staying up. Okay, so let's see. The first question is, do you often stay up late? Do you often stay up late? Okay, I said I will give you 2-3 seconds. You can actually answer it in the comments if you want, or you can do it in your own place and let me know. Okay, do you often stay up late? I've given an answer here. No, I don't, because of some health issues, and my doctor has advised me to sleep before 10 p.m. So I almost never stay up late. I almost never stay up late. Here, can you use a different word? I sleep late. I almost never sleep late, even though I love to. Also, it's not healthy for anyone to stay up late, as it affects overall health and productivity. You can say something like, sleep late. Okay, so do you often stay up late? No, I don't actually, or this is for no, I don't. You have to always, it's not that you have to tell the truth. You have to always go for the one that helps you speak more. If this is the one that helps you speak more, that no, I don't. I almost never stay up late or sleep late, because I have some health issues and my doctor has advised me not to sleep late, though I'd love to. And I guess it's not good for anyone to sleep late almost every day, because it can cause a lot of health problems. Okay? Yes. What if I want to say, I do sleep late at night? How will you say? Yes, I stay up late very often because I love the night vibe. The night is very calm, so I love doing some of my works at nights, but it has caused me a lot of health problems, which I'm really concerned about, but I can't stand the beauty of a night, and I almost always stay up late and do my work or enjoy the beauty of night, and then I sleep by around 2 or 3 a.m. Okay, these are the different ways in which you can answer this question. Next one. Did you stay up late when you were a kid? I never stayed up late when I was a kid. I don't remember going past my bedtime, which was actually 9 p.m. because I had my school at 7:45 a.m. So my parents were very particular about all of us sleeping at 9 p.m. sharp. So I don't have memories of sleeping late in my childhood. Another answer could be, as a child, I could never stay up late because my parents were very strict. about the bedtime. Our school started at 7:45 a.m., so we had to wake up by 6 a.m., making it necessary to go to bed early, no later than 9 p.m. Even on New Year's Eve, when we were allowed to stay up late, we couldn't manage it because we were so accustomed to sleeping early that we would automatically fall asleep by our usual bedtime. As a result, I never knew what it felt like to stay up late. All right? If there is anything, so all these, please, I'm using the word stay up late. You can use the word sleep late at night or something like that. Okay? When you were a kid, so for kid, I'm using the word child. Kid is more informal. You can use that word, but in the question, since they used it, we are using a different word here, as a child. Is it clear? Okay. Now, what do you do when you stay up late? This question is applicable for those who answered, I stay up late. But even if you answered, no, I don't, you have to frame an answer for this question. If they ask you such a question, how will you answer? As I mentioned before, I don't stay up late quite often, but if I do, it would be for some kind of work or because I have some kind of emergency, like one of my dear ones is at the hospital or things like that. So I would be doing something really serious, like work, a really serious part of my work, or taking care of my dear one or something like that. Or you can say, if you are someone you answered, I always stay up late. I would mostly be working because nights are the best time for me to work, and I'm the most productive when I work at night. So at nights, I'm mostly doing something very productive and creative. I usually don't stay up late, but when I do, you see, because you answered, I almost never stay up late. I usually don't stay up late, but when I do, it's because I'm having fun with my friends. When I'm with them, I completely forget about my strict bedtime since they don't have one. See here, a different way of answering that you're spending time with your friends. We end up talking, chit-chatting, eating, and cracking jokes. I love those moments so much that I overlook the impact of sleep deprivation on my health for those nights. Okay? What are they saying? I don't stay up late, but when I do, I'm having fun with my friends, and I completely forget about my strict bedtime since they don't have one. We end up talking, chit-chatting, eating, cracking jokes. I love those moments so much that I overlook the impact of sleep deprivation on my health for those nights. What does it feel like the next morning if you stay up late? The next morning after a late night is just really stressful and really tiring because I would be sleepy and grumpy the next morning and wouldn't be in a mood to get out of my bed. So it's really tiring and unproductive and exhausting. Okay? Look at the sample answer. If I have late nights, I feel terrible the next morning. I'm very tired, annoyed, agitated, and grumpy. I'm even too lazy to get up from bed and do my morning routine because everything seems hectic, overwhelming, and nearly impossible. Mornings after late nights are really tough. Terrible, tough, grumpy, agitated, annoyed, hectic, overwhelming, these kind of words. If you want, you can add in your answers. Okay. Or another way of answering it. I told you, I'll show you different ways of answering it. The other one was very simple. This is a bit advanced. After staying up late, the following morning, instead of the next morning, you can say the following morning feels dreadful. I'm overwhelmed by extreme tiredness, annoyance, agitation, and grumpiness. Getting up and going through my morning routine becomes a daunting task. That is like very difficult task, as everything feels hectic and nearly impossible. Morning after late nights are truly tough. Instead of really tough, they say truly tough. Clear? See, if you have any questions related to this, please feel free to ask me. Okay? Now we have some questions, like we have a few questions on small business. Let's look at them. Do you know many small businesses where you live? How will you say? I don't know many, but I know few small businesses near my place. They're mostly run by women, and they're mostly dealing with food, clothing, and things like that, the basic things like that. So, and they're making good profits, I heard, and also they have really good quality products that you can trust and buy. I'm familiar with several small businesses. Instead of many, a different word. Several businesses nearby, predominantly led by women. Predominantly, another word. Women, and specializing in food and clothing. They offer top-notch products at affordable prices. They offer good quality products at affordable prices. The primary challenge they encounter is limited publicity. Not enough people are aware of their offerings, compounded by their limited advertising budget. Okay? Like, all the points are included in it. Next one. Do you prefer buying things in big companies or small businesses? I personally, though I support small businesses and I want to support small businesses, but I prefer to buy things from big companies because they give you good quality products, and you can be sure about the quality. And if in case it's not of good quality, you can sue them, or you can go against them, move against them legally, because they're registered companies, and you can get justice. But when it comes to small businesses, you can't actually go against them legally. You can move against them legally because they don't. Most of them may not even have proper registration. Okay, so I buy, and also these big companies, they have better facilities and better machineries to make good quality products. So better resources, that's helping them make good quality products. So at a reasonable price, and or maybe the price at a price that the small businesses wouldn't be able to sell at for that quality. I prefer buying branded products. Big companies, you can use the word branded products, over purchasing items from small businesses, because you can trust the quality. And if there is an issue, they usually have mechanisms to address it. We can even take legal action since they are registered companies. That's not the case with small businesses, which may not be even properly registered. Buying from them entails risks. If you're lucky, you get good products. Otherwise, you're losing. You risk losing your money. Another way of answering the same question, I favor purchasing branded products over buying from small businesses because of the assurance of quality and recourse. Recourse means the ability or option to seek help or redress. especially in legal or formal terms. In the context of purchasing products, it refers to the ability to address issues or seek compensation if there are problems with the product or service. Available if problems rise. Branded companies are usually registered and offer avenues. Refers to a way or a means of achieving something or reaching a goal. In this context, it refers to the options or channels available for resolving issues or addressing concerns, such as customer service, return policies, or legal action. For resolution, unlike many small businesses that may lack proper registration, dealing with them involves risks. While some may deliver quality, there is also the chance of losing money if things go wrong. Okay? Is it clear? Another one. Have you ever worked in small businesses? I have actually worked in small businesses, not for long, but for short periods, like 2 months, 3 months, and things like that. One was when one of my teachers started up a new tuition class, and one of our tutors were on leave, and she wanted my help. So I went on to give classes for 2-3 weeks. So that was one time I worked, and it was wonderful because you get a special freedom when you're working in small businesses, and you get to know how things being run by a single person, unlike in companies where there are so many people managing different things. So it's actually beautiful to see one person running the whole thing, and it was wonderful working in a small business. I've worked in small businesses, albeit, although you'll see this even in some of the reading materials. Briefly, for gaining experience, the first one was a small tuition center owned by my teacher, where I worked for a week, while one of the regular tutors was on leave. I truly enjoyed the experience. It was quite fulfilling. Next one. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? You can say something like, oh yes, totally. I've actually thought of starting a business of my own because I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I've looked forward to that. I want to run a business that provides the best service and that's known for the service it's providing, and have a special rule for the employees, like giving them 8 hours of work, 8 hours of recreation, and 8 hours of sleep, ensuring that they are also able to lead a healthy life while working in this company, and making it a really good habit of their life, making work and a habit of life. So you can see the answer. Of course, I've always considered becoming an entrepreneur. So instead of saying I've always considered starting a business, you can say something like I've always considered becoming an entrepreneur because it offers so much freedom in life. Having your own business can provide better financial and personal freedom. Moreover, starting your own business gives you a sense of accomplishment, joy, and satisfaction. Okay? Yes. Now, about school. Where do you go to school? This question I feel like should have been, where did you go to school? But what will you do if you get a question like this? Where do you go to school? The examiner is asking you this question, and this is so relevant. You're going to college, or you going to, and that could also be considered as a school, but you're going to work. That's why you're coming here for IELTS. You're over 18, so that age is past where you go to school. You've come for IELTS because you want to go abroad and study, or maybe you want to work and things like that. So asking you questions about school is irrelevant. It's not like asking you questions about school is relevant. Asking you about which school do you go to is irrelevant, because you might have already gone to a school, or you're planning to go to a college, and that could, even if you're considering that as a school, that's not happening now. So what will you do when you get a question like this? You can simply say, so it's about how well you're able to communicate. Are they checking that? So you can say something like, well, I don't go to school anymore. I'm done with my schooling. But when I did, I went to a school called Rajgiri, or you can say the name of your school, near my house. Okay? Yes, that's the kind of answer given here. I've completed my education, so I no longer go to school. I miss the days when I attended school and spent time with friends. Yes, you're focusing more on that part. However, see, in my answer, what did I say? I was mentioning my school and the school I went to and things like that. Here the question is about which school do you go to. You've said you don't go to school anymore. You've completed your education. So you can say, I miss the days when I went to school. It was so much fun to go to school with my friends and learn new things and come back home for an amazing meal. So I really miss those days. However, I'm very happy that I don't have to listen to lectures, write exams, or submit assignments anymore. I've completed my education. So I no longer go to school. I miss the days when I attended school and spent time with my friends. However, I'm very happy that I don't have to listen to lectures, write exams, or submit assignments anymore. Okay? Do you go to a good school? Again, some questions like this is coming. Questions like these are coming. Do you go to a good school? Like I mentioned before, I don't go to a school now, but when I did, yes, I did go to a really good school, because our school focused on the holistic development of every child in the school, rather than just focusing on academics alone. As I mentioned before, I no longer attend school, but the school I went to was the best in town. It was a popular school with a huge campus and excellent facilities. The teaching staff and management were so great that they always focused on the holistic development of students. Next one. Do you like teachers? Do you like teachers? Yes, I love all of my teachers, and they give me they're like a breath of fresh air to me every time I see them, or every time I meet them. I feel so happy, and I feel so lucky that I happen to be their teachers. I've heard a lot of my friends telling me they've had really bad experiences from teachers, but I never had it. Yes, I love all my teachers because they were also kind, supportive, and loving when I was in school. They cared for me, guided me, and most importantly, helped me in tough times. I'll never forget any of them. I've heard people saying that they've had bad experiences with teachers, but I was fortunate and blessed to have the best teachers ever. I still love them all so much from the bottom of my heart. Okay? Or you can answer it like this. Yes, my appreciation for all my teachers knows no bounds. Their kindness, support, and nurturing during my school years were truly exceptional. They not only cared for me and provided guidance, but also offered invaluable help during challenging times. Each of them holds a special place in my heart, and I'll always remember their impact on my life. While I've heard others share negative experiences with teachers, I feel incredibly fortunate to have been blessed with the best ones. My love and gratitude towards them remain unwavering, means not faltering or fluctuating. That's steady and constant. You can use such words. Learn one word today and just add it to your answer and make your answer really beautiful. Okay. Next question. Do you like your current learning atmosphere? As of now, I'm not learning anything, so there is no question about my learning atmosphere. But I like to have really calm, composed a learning atmosphere without much pressure and stress and things like that. Okay, you can either answer it that way, or you can say, I totally enjoy my current learning atmosphere. I totally enjoy the learning atmosphere that I'm in right now, because it's all about learning things that you want to learn, and I don't have so much stress, I don't have a lot of pressure, and also when preparing for IELTS, and there also I don't have so much pressure, the pressure of dates on which I have to submit my assignments, nothing. I'm just doing things that I want to learn and that I like to learn, and I love it. I like my current learning atmosphere because I'm almost done with my formal education. Now I'm learning things I like, and I need to learn to migrate under peaceful circumstances without the pressure of deadlines or competitive exams. I appreciate instead of like. You can use the word appreciate my current learning environment. Instead of atmosphere, you can use the word environment. As I'm nearing the completion of my formal education, now I have the freedom to focus on topics I enjoy and those essential for migration, without the stress of deadlines or competitive exams. Clear? So here, why I'm also showing you answers with the same words in the question. If you're aiming for band 6 or 7, you can still get that marks if you're repeating those words in the questions, but you're using different words afterwards. You have good grammar, you're answering to the question, and you have good pronunciation. If all the other things are okay, chances are that you'll get 6 to 7, even if in the beginning you repeated the words in the question. It's not a big crime or anything. But if you're someone who can get different words when you hear the question, go for it. I'm telling this to students who were not able to get different words for the question that they're asking, and they're struggling to start an answer, and that way they're messing up the answer. If you're someone like that, don't worry. You work on it, but even after that you're not able to make it, just go with the way you are. Okay, but make sure you focus on other aspects. So what I'm saying is focusing on your strength rather than crying about your weakness. Okay, that has to be a way in which you do it. What are the differences between your schools and other schools? What can you say? What are the differences between your school and other schools? Try it on your own. I personally don't find a lot of differences, but I do find one difference, that in my school, we were not forced to do anything. We had to do it only if we liked it. For example, if we wanted to take a combination of science and math, we could go for that. If we wanted a combination of language and science, we could go for that. So we had an option. We had few options from which we could select. It was not like we were forced to do anything, or if we wanted to go for art, we were allowed to go for it. And they always focused on the holistic development of every student in the school, rather than just focusing on academics and letters and things like that. Okay, Or you can say some simple differences like most schools started by 9, 10, and that range. The schools near my school and near my house, it all started by 9:30, 10, but my school started at 7:45. That's the biggest difference I find. And our lunch break was at 11, where most schools had it at 12:30 or 1. We always had it at 11, and which after coming out of school seems like too early. And then we could come back home by 2:45, and that was also different. When other students are still in class, we'd be back home eating our evening snack or something, because it felt like evening to us, because our day started really early. And we had a lot of time to play afterwards and learn and everything. We got half day to do that, but waking up early was really difficult. So I look at it as a negative thing, but when I think it the other way, I feel like it was a good thing as well. You don't have to make your answers this long, but if it goes, make sure, or if you were someone who talks a lot, make sure you finish saying things in the beginning, the main points, and then you're just blabbering. That's fine. Now, is there anything you want to change about your school? The one thing that I want to change about my school would be the uniform, because the uniform was really uncomfortable for most students. It was really thick. The material was really thick, and it does not actually suit the weather in our place. So I think that's something which they have to change. Now let's have a look at few questions on outer space and stars. Outer space and stars. Have you ever learned about outer space and stars? Of course, I've learned about space and stars in school. We were taught about galaxy, Milky Way, solar system, everything. So those kind of basic things I've some idea about, but I don't know anything in detail. Okay? Do you like science fiction movies? Why? I'm not a huge fan of, if you don't like it. Hi, Cynthia Maria. Good morning. You can say something like, I'm not a huge fan of science fiction movies. I like them, but I can't enjoy it much, because I don't know why. I've tried watching them, and I couldn't enjoy it because it was never that relatable to me. I only enjoy the movies that I'm able to relate to. Okay. Do you want to know about outer space? I would love to know about outer space, and I'm like, who wouldn't want to know about outer space? Because it's super exciting. I'm excited to know if there's life there, and if there is, how do they live, and things like that. All right, you can mention such things. Do you want to go into outer space in the future? Of course, if I ever get a chance to go into the outer space and explore what's in there, I would definitely go and experience that. I'm sure it's going to be a great experience to see all that's in the outer space. All right? Yes. So I hope it's clear to you. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments, or if you have any problems that you're concerned about while practicing your IELTS speaking, you can let me know about those things as well in the comments, and I'll be coming with another set of questions on Monday at 10 a.m. Until then, bye, take care, and have a beautiful day ahead. Thank you.